Hey everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing the re-grip. This is a replacement rubber grip for your hand tools, your garden tools, or even your outdoor sporting equipment. Basically, anything that you want to add a rubber grip onto, you can do that very quickly and very easily using the re-grip. I first heard about these from one of my loyal YouTube viewers, Cody Robertson. So Cody, I want to thank you very much. I couldn't do this review had you not told me about these. Next, I'm going to show you how easy it is to install the re-grip, and then I'm going to show you a clip of it actually being used. Okay, to demonstrate how to install one of these re-grips, this is actually the first time I'm ever going to try this, but looking in the end, you can see that there is a strip of material, and that actual material loops around on the inside kind of like a slinky, and then this outer material is actually surrounding that. So we have one side that you'll see there's a little note inside that says pull, and that means pull this direction. So we'll just reach in here, grab the end of that material, and you can see here's the very end of it. They have it looped back inside just for shipping purposes, but this will actually connect in on the other end up here. So here's the other end of that piece of material. Right here, it loops around the top, and then what you're going to do is slip the tool into the end of the re-grip itself until it comes out the other side, and then you're just basically going to hold it in place as you pull the string on the outside. And when you first begin to pull this, and the very end of the re-grip will wrap around the handle, that's when you're going to position it exactly where you want it. So you're better off to actually slide it up on the handle slightly further, and then you'll be able to pull that back before you actually remove this entire yellow inner piece of plastic. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just pull this now. All right, I broke it free, and I'm slowly pulling that out. And you can watch it. As I pull it, it's going to wrap around that handle, and the re-grip itself is going to close in on that wooden handle. So there you go. You see it closing in on it. And right now is when I'm going to position it where I want it to finally be. So if we see the end of the handle here, I don't want the re-grip going all the way to the end of the handle. So I'm actually going to position that and give myself about 1 inch. And I'm going to hold this in place, and then I'm just going to pull it out completely. And the actual re-grip is going to clamp down on the wooden handle itself. So I'm holding it in place with my hand on the handle and the re-grip. And with my other hand, I'm going to go ahead and slowly pull this out. You can see, as I pull it out, it's going to be removed from the inside, and it's going to leave the re-grip material on the actual handle. So it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, this is the first time I'm attempting at doing this with any of these re-grips. And I believe this yellow is their medium size. They do have one size larger, and it's also one size smaller than this. So we're almost at the end. We're all the way at the end, and now the re-grip is installed on the handle. It does feel very solid on here. I'm trying to turn it. I'm gripping on it very tightly, and it is not turning at all. I'm pressing down on the table. It's not moving at all. And basically it's in place. It feels real solid. It feels almost like a OEM grip now on a handle, this being a hammer, but you know, any kind of handle this would be on, it feels like an OEM grip. Now I know a lot of people are like my dad and they heat with firewood, and he'll go out in the woods and chop down a tree and then cut it up into small sections and use a splitting maul or an axe to chop it up into blocks that he can actually fit in his wood stove. Now this is an older monster maul, and it actually will do a very good job of busting up those blocks, but the problem is that over time the handles on these will deteriorate and they completely come off. So what you're stuck with is a very large head on these, and then a hollow steel tube as the handle. But if you know it's raining outside or using gloves, because this is basically just a solid piece of steel, your handle slip right off of here. But what I'm going to do is take the re-grip and I'm going to slip it right over the end, and then I'm going to put a rubberized grip on this monster maul for my dad. So what I'll do is I will just take the re-grip, I'm going to pop that little end out of there, which you can see it'll pop right out of there, and then you can see where it says pull. So that's the side you're actually going to pull from. You're going to insert the tool in on the other side. So I'm going to take that. I'll pick this monster maul up. This thing weighs like 15 or 20 pounds, so excuse me for having to bend over. But we'll slip this right over the top of it. And then I'll position it where he'll have a nice grip on the end, but he'll still be able to swing it freely. And like I said, I'm going to leave maybe about 1 inch like I did on the hammer. And I'll just hold this in place. And then I'm just going to take the end of the regrip internal part, the little coil spring mechanism, and we're just going to go ahead and pop this right off of here. So pulling it, you can see it's already latched into that handle. Once it latches on, you don't have to hold on to the regrip anymore because it's not going to go anywhere. And then you can just watch it. Basically, we're putting that rubber handle right on there. This coil spring will pull out internally. It'll get right down to the end and pop off. And there you go. Now we have a handle installed on that splitting maul, so it will not go anywhere. It's really, really tight on here. I'm actually going to go down and try to, split up a couple logs with this just to make sure the handle doesn't move. But it is as tight, if not tighter, than that hammer that I put the regrip on. And if you use the correct size regrip, that's what's really going to make a very tight fit versus a loose fit. This, once again, I use the medium size grip. But the size of this handle is not very thick. If you were going to use, let's say, a wooden sledgehammer, you're going to have to use the large size regrip. But if I use the large size regrip on a medium size handle, the regrip would either be loose or it wouldn't stick at all, and it would just be a waste of money. So I'm going to do a little bit of testing next just to show you how this will work in a real life situation. And I'm going to take this heavy splitting maul and bust some wood up with it. And you'll be able to see if this regrip is going to come off of here. Okay, now we're going to see how well the regrip holds up on the splitting maul. Well, that was a major improvement over the standard steel handle on the splitting maul. The regrip gave me something really nice to hold on to, and I think my dad's really going to like the upgrade that I did for him. So now you can see for yourself just how good the regrips work out. I found all kinds of things to put these on, including this air impact, as well as this brass hammer. The grips feel very solid and they don't move around at all. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.